Bu neydi şimdi? Sen böyle pençelerini geçirmişsin ona ya. Çık lan. Çık lan. Geri de gidemiyoruz. Zaten tek yolumuz ileri. Bas.
Ah git ya. Ah git.
Ne kadar komik ya. Evet, Game of Thrones severler. Yeni bir videoyla tekrardan karşınızdayım. Kaldığımız yerden devam edelim. Ulan Tyrion, son sezonlarda iyi sıçtın ha. Evet, en son kraliçenin karşısına geliyorduk. Evet. Marjorie. Ulan inşallah bizi satmazsın Marjorie.
You can do this.
I can do this all day. Vay be, biz yürüyebiliyoruz en azından. Çok iyi. Oo, çok kalabalık gelmişler. Bu kadar kalabalığın önünde konuşamam ben. Utanırım. Bu ne lan?
Ah, Lady Marjorie. Aren't you looking lovely this evening?
Vay.
Lord Tyrion. Your Grace?
Herkes kendi mi
With your
seslendirmiş acaba ya?
permission, allow me to introduce Lady Mira of House Forrester.
Benim. Önde diz çökten o kadar da değil. Kraliçe
Your
bu.
Grace.
The girl knows her courtesies. Impressive. You may rise.
Vay, herkes kendi sesiyle
House
oynamış,
Forrester
güzel
is
ya.
a northern house loyal to the king.
Evet
Are
evet.
they?
I beg your
Evet.
pardon, Your Grace.
I wasn't talking to you. I want to hear from the girl.
Tabii evet.
Is your
Babamı
family
falan
loyal
öldürttünüz
to
ama
the king?
olsun. Sadığım ya.
Perhaps you should ask the new Lord Forrester.
He's not here, is he? She is.
House Forrester's loyalty to the crown never wavers, Your Grace.
I see. And yet, for centuries the Forresters have been loyal bannermen to House Stark.
Evet.
A house of traitors.
Hadi lan oradan. Evet
Yes, Your
hain
Grace.
nerede?
They are traitors.
The Starks were your liege lord, yet you name them traitors so easily.
Clearly her loyalty wavers quite a lot.
If she
Nasıl
has
ya?
any loyalty at all. Is your house willing to swear fealty to your new liege lord, Roose Bolton?
Evet.
Roose Bolton also served the Starks, Your Grace.
And proved his loyalty to the crown by bringing their house to a swift and sudden end.
Bize ne demek
Old
istiyorsun?
allegiances are not easily abandoned. But now that the war is over, we must look to rebuild and forge new alliances.
Tabii ki bunlar
There are
lazım,
ships and
evet.
shields to be built, and Joffrey will need a steady supply of ironwood for his armies. I'm told there are others who would happily serve that purpose, but I trust we can rely on House Forrester.
Forrester Ironwood does seem rather unique.
Evet,
Yes, Your Grace.
güvenebilirsiniz, evet.
It would be a shame to see it fall into the hands of another house.
Bak yine kameranın yerini değiştirmeyi unuttum. Şöyle bir geçelim sola. Kusura bakmayın.
I imagine you'd do almost anything to prevent that from happening, wouldn't you?
Ne
Ask
olacak
any
bugün?
Lannister, and they'd do whatever was necessary to save Casterly Rock. It would
tabii.
be unfortunate to see another house lay claim to what's yours.
I won't dishonor myself, Your Grace.
Ne dersek diyelim aynı şey çıkıyor. En azından şerefimizi
I
koruyalım.
see.
What would you have the girl do, Cersei? It's
Huh?
not as if she fought beside the Starks, wielding
tabii.
a battle axe for the Northern Army.
Ya bu Sansa'nın hikayesi direkt.
It raises an interesting question, I suppose. Can we truly blame those who end up on the wrong side of the war?
Hayır.
Our dear
Vallahi.
Marjorie here was betrothed to Renly Baratheon on the false assumption that he would one day rule the Seven Kingdoms.
Tabii.
Can we fault her for her mistake? Should she be
Suçlayalım
held
bence.
accountable?
Eminim
I'm
o da
sure she
pişmanlık duyuyordu.
regrets it.
Marjorie bunu hatırlayacak.
Perhaps not.
If there's a point to this, I hope you find it quickly.
Loyalty can be such a hard thing to define.
He.
This city alone is filled with all sorts of ambitious opportunists looking to reinvent themselves, pretending to be something they're not. Who knows
Acaba
what
kim?
lurks within their hearts? You are a girl from the north here in service to Lady Marjorie. One can only assume her interests are yours. Yet
Tabii,
loyalty to a king, that must be absolute, beyond question.
Tabii,
And if your
Size
loyalties were to
full.
become conflicted between your king and the very person whom you serve, what would you do then?
I'm sure
Kral,
she
kral.
would.
Girl, answer the question. Go on.
I would
Kral.
be true to the king, Your Grace.
Well
En
said.
büyük o.
I was beginning to worry you didn't have your priorities straight.
She is a threat to the crown, isn't she? The most dangerous handmaiden in all of King's Landing.
Ha. Dalga geçiyormuş.
My sense is this girl
Neden, ne
will
oluyor?
say almost anything to get what she wants. Which is not very encouraging.
Ya Cersei. O ne sıfat öyle?
I'd like a word with you if I may.
Aha.
Of course, Your Grace.
Gel 1v1 gel dedi. Gel depocu arkası dedi, vs dedi. Yandık. Sen halden anlarsın Tyrion ya. Anlat.
I'll walk you out.
This
This may come as a surprise, but I met your father once, at the tourney at Lannisport. Even then he didn't trust Roose Bolton.
Ben de güvenmiyorum.
We only spoke briefly, but your father struck me as an honorable man. You have my condolences for his loss. These would be trying times for your family, even under the best of circumstances.
These are trying times, my lord. My family fears what might happen now that the Boltons rule the North.
They must still answer to the crown. You shouldn't forget that, nor should they. That certainly took courage. To so publicly declare your loyalty to Joffrey for all to hear. Poor
Yeah,
Lady
well,
Marjorie
after,
was
after.
humiliated, although Cersei seemed quite pleased. It was quite the first impression. I, of course, found it all highly entertaining.
I did it for Lady Marjorie.
Tabii ki de.
Rather odd, if that's what she asked of you.
Ya,
But I'm sure
bu
she has your best
kraliçenin
interests
kardeşi.
at heart.
Normal bir insan niye buna
My
söylesin?
sister and
Hadi biz
I
biliyoruz.
have our differences. She takes great pleasure in her little charades. I take mine in thwarting them. We must find our amusements where we can. She threatened to give your ironwood to another house. It is the Master of Coin who decides such matters. The crown needs boats. Boats need wood, and I speak for the crown in this regard, not her.
I wouldn't want to anger Cersei.
And you'd be wise not to.
Yalnız 3
But
metrelik yerde deminden beri geri sarıp
I
yürüyorsun.
suppose the crown could be persuaded to secure ironwood from House Forrester. Lady Marjorie might not look favorably on such an alliance, and it would infuriate Cersei. Although what would be amusing for me might prove rather dangerous for you and your house.
Yok yok bir şey olmaz ya.
Are you willing to risk that?
Yok yok. Neye risk alacağım ben?
It may be far too dangerous. In fact, forget I even suggested such a thing.
It's a risk I'm willing
Cesuruz
to take,
aslanım
Lord
biz.
Tyrion.
Hayırdır?
Please.
You are a brave girl, aren't you?
Abi lan. Ne
I'll consider
sandın?
it. Now, if you'll excuse me, I promised Sansa I would join her for dinner tonight. 3 beautiful bottles of Dornish wine await my arrival. The mere thought of them makes me thirsty already.
I hope we meet again.
Nothing would make Cersei happier. Until then, be careful. This is not the North.
Allah Allah
King's
bunu iyi
Landing
dedin
can
ha.
be a nest of vipers to the uninitiated.
Bir şey olmaz ya bize. İnşallah. Yo gene aynı mektubu okuyoruz ya.
Mira, I was worried.
Tabi tabi
How was
Marcus
it?
ile konuşurken dinliyordun.
Cersei has a way of looking at you as though you're nothing.
İyi,
It went
iyi.
well.
Really?
Sen öyle
That's
bir.
relief. Cersei is known for being rather difficult. Lady Marjorie has spent the entire day working on seating arrangements for the wedding. Of course, you and I are seated way at the back, here with the 4th cousins and the 9th-born sons. Ah, Sir Jaime. I wouldn't mind tarnishing that white cloak of his.
Sarah?
What? It's true.
Dedikoduya geçtik
And
ya.
Oberyn Martell, the Red Viper.
Adamım be.
I'm told he has a paramour.
He is quite handsome.
And quite passionate, from what I've heard.
Tabii canım önüne gelene.
Perhaps Lady Marjorie could make the right introductions. Who knows? We might meet our future husbands.
Tabii tabii.
Although
O da sırada
marrying a
bekliyordu zaten.
king,
Marjin'in
I can
yaverleriyle gideyim de evleneyim diye.
Would you marry Joffrey if it meant you'd become queen? He does have a certain look about him. And he's always treated Lady Marjorie well.
I'd be willing to marry, but not Joffrey.
Tabii ki de.
Well, I would marry him.
Joffrey'nin ne
Imagine
it
the
olduğunu
power
ne
you would
köpek olduğunu
have as
biliyorsun.
Queen of the Seven Kingdoms. I might even allow you to be my handmaiden. Let's see, who else should we marry off? Brienne of Tarth and Tyrion Lannister. What a perfect match.
Ne kadar komik
Sir
ya.
Bronn and...
What are you doing?
He, anlat bakayım. Hocam vallahi bu yaptı.
Well, Sarah?
We're sorry, my lady. We were just having fun.
This is not a game. It's a battle plan. Allies and enemies can be made with every move. Yet they say it is men who are powerful. The Queen was pleased by your display, Mira.
İyi. Dedim iyi geçti diye.
I'm
Ben
just glad
biliyorum
it's
kardeşim
over.
ya.
King's Landing can be exhausting sometimes. There's always someone to please or some perceived slight to smooth over. I fear it will only get worse when I am queen.
Once they know your true heart, the lords and ladies will have no choice but to love you.
Doğru diyor.
Do you agree?
Tabii ki de.
Once you are queen, the lords and ladies will do their best to please you.
You learn very quickly.
Tabii ne sandın ya? 8 sezon izledik
Your
burada
words to
aslanım.
Cersei were brave, but I know you must fear what the Boltons might do to your family. I do appreciate your willingness to appease her, as difficult as it may have been.
Thank you, my lady. There's been something on my mind.
Aha ne oldu?
Something important.
Yok vallahi bir şey yok. Soralım ya.
I
Gelene geçene
I
yardım
did have a
istiyoruz ha.
favor to ask of you in return.
Mira'yı dışarı alalım.
Whatever
Özel,
you wish
özel.
to say, you can say it in front of Sarah. There are
Yo.
no secrets between us.
Ya çıksın ya.
It's about my family.
Ya ben önünde söylemek
I trust
istemiyorum
her.
kardeşim ya. Yalnız konuşayım. Çık lan.
I
Çık lan.
prefer to speak with you alone.
Sera bunu hatırlayacak. Hayret yazmadı. Çıksana. Tamam şimdi yazdı.
Go on. Ask.
Forgive me, my lady. I wouldn't otherwise ask this of you, but my mother insisted. It's about my family.
Family.
Ramsay Snow. What would you have me do?
Öldür
My
onu.
mother fears our family
Kill
will
him.
suffer if Ramsay is left to do as he likes. She thought if a raven could be sent to the Boltons to let them know House Forrester has the protection of the crown. I know it's a lot to ask of you, and I wouldn't otherwise, but she insisted.
Doğru diyor.
That is no small request, especially now.
I know, my lady, and I wouldn't ask this of you otherwise. But my mother has left me no choice. She insisted.
Joffrey knows only too well your family fought for the Starks. And now you would have me ask him to intervene?
Sen
Is
bir
the
şeyler yap.
situation that dire?
Tabii
Joffrey
kötü.
will not look favorably on such a request.
It is that dire, my lady.
Tabii o kadar.
I fear for my family's
Boşa mı
safety.
anlatıyorum deminden beri ya?
I don't know, Mira. If Cersei were to find out...
Don't let the Queen bully you. You have power over him, Lady Marjorie, as no one else does. Not even his mother.
Tabii ki de. Sen
Ramsay
böyle
Snow will arrive
pençelerini
at Ironland
geçirmişsin
within a
ona ya.
week. I would never ask this of you if it weren't so urgent.
Very well. I'll make your request, but I cannot promise anything.
Thank
Olur,
you, my
olur.
lady.
Bu da bir
I will
şeydir.
send a raven to my family at once.
Ya bir cevabını bekleyeydin. Bir ne yapacak bir dur ya. Bu ne acele kardeşim ya. Kanala abone olmayı da unutmayın bu arada ya. Kral yolu. Daha varamadık ha Sura. Devam hiç umurumda değil. Ulan at gitti. Sura kadar yol tep. Aynen öyle. Enayi. Kılıç da yok yanında.
Let's play a little
Ulan
game,
yine mi ya?
shall we?
Aha.
Did you know my ancestors wore the skins of their enemies as a coat?
Saklan lan saklan. Ya bağır ki iyice duysunlar geri zekalı.
Not my best work, unfortunately. I suppose I have fallen out of practice. But he didn't make it easy, what with all that bloody noise.
Like a droning cat. I thought he'd never stop.
As my
take my
father
eyes
likes
over.
to say, a naked man holds few secrets, but the flayed man holds none.
Pity he didn't know your father is the Warden of the North.
He does now.
Aferin sana.
How much further is it to these foresters?
A day, my lord. 2 at most.
What was that?
My lord?
Shh! Listen.
Dinliyor bir şey yok.
There.
Ulan neyi gördün lan?
Hear that?
At sesi at.
I know I heard something.
Sessiz olalım. En azından bir şansımız olabilir. Taş al şuraya buraya at ya. Hiç mi Assassin's Creed oynamadın kardeşim?
Never mind. We've wasted enough time already.
Bu neydi şimdi? Boş gerilim. Allah sizi kahretmesin ya. Hadi defolun gidin lan şimdi. Koşsaydık var ya kesin yakalardı hani. Yani derisini yüzmüştü. Sadece ön tarafın karnını mı açmış? Niye bu kadar yavaş yürüyoruz ya? Bas git. Geri de gidemiyoruz. Zaten tek yolumuz ileri. Bas.
Ah git ya. Ah git.
Bloody hell. Böh diye kalkacak şimdi. Hayret. Deminki sahneden sonra öyle bir şey bekledim ama olmadı. Hayret.
Lord
Ethan.
Ethan,
Efendim canım.
as I was saying, you are young. And there are those within these walls who are uncertain of your leadership.
Olurlar. Sikke olurlar.
300 generations of Forester Lords stand behind you.
Lan o kadar uzun da bir yer değil ha.
Gerhard the Tall, who founded our house, and your grandfather, Lord Thorin the Bold, who seized back the river valley from the White Hills.
What did they call my father?
Lord Gregor the Good.
Gregor the Good.
He was fair and wise, and courageous in battle.
And what
Bana
will
ne
they call me?
diyecekler? İt,
That
köpek.
is for you to define as the new lord. These were your father's people to lead and protect, and now they're yours. But your father did not bear this responsibility alone. He and every Forester Lord before him chose one man whom they trusted above all others, the Lord Sentinel. Forester
Seni seçmem
traditions
bunu.
demand that a new Lord Sentinel must be chosen.
Tamam seçelim. Kimi seçelim? Adaylar var mı adaylar? Bizim emmoğlu vardı bir tane.
Summon the Lord. We need his judgment.
Aha. Öldüreceğim ben bunu kesin.
I've done nothing wrong. I was only trying to survive.
Koşuşa bak. Ama kardeşimiz var.
Lord Ethan. Maester.
Ne oldu benim hükmüme mi ihtiyacınız var? Evet alayım.
Judgment, Sir Royland. What judgment is
Ne
that?
hükmüymüş bu? Kimi öldürüyor?
This Craven is a deserter and a thief.
This house is doomed!
He.
We all fucking know it!
Quiet, thief. Eric was supposed to be guarding our weapons, but instead we caught him stealing them.
Tamam, elini keseceğiz, o belli.
2 shields and 3 spears.
Is what Sir Royland said true?
Anlat bakayım.
Yes,
Evet.
my lord. I fled. We should all flee. It's not stealing if you're taking what's yours by right. He speaks true. I've a family to feed, and not 2 coins to rub together since Lord Gregor left us to rot here. Where's our pay? Our share of bread and wine grows smaller every day.
Vur lan vur. Benim elimde olsa ben vuracaktım. Tekmik atacaktım buradan.
Lord Ethan, I know these words are hard, but they're honest. This house is falling.
Nereye düşüyor
Never
kardeşim?
survive
Durduğu
the
yerde
coming
duruyor.
winter.
We are in this together.
You say that, but it won't be you who's starving come winter.
Bu ekipte yaşamak ve ölmek de ekip işidir. Lord Ethan diyeceksiniz.
You must decide the punishment. Lord Gregor always took a thief's fingers. 3 of them.
Now may not be the time for harsh punishment. The men are on edge as it
The men
is.
need to know they cannot do whatever the fuck they please. Their lord will not permit it.
We can send him to the wall.
Evet, duvara da yollayabiliriz. Ama kardeşimiz burada işte. Kardeşimiz olmasa ben bunu öldürmüştüm şimdiye.
I will decide.
Bakalım ne yapacağız. Evet. Tamam,
If
susun
you
be.
punish me, you'll be punishing an innocent man.
Yo.
It will be an injustice, my lord.
Kardeşim, sen
Please.
çalarken iyiydi.
My lord, my family depends on me.
Seni duvara yolluyorum.
I
Yürü git
sentence
buradan.
you to the wall,
Defol!
where you will join the Night's Watch.
No, please, my lord! My family, without me, they'll die!
Çalmasaydın. Parmağını kesmedim, ona şükret. Hanin bunu hatırlayacak. Hatırlasın kardeşim, hatırlasın.
That was
Ona da ders
certainly
olsun.
unpleasant, but a lord must mete out punishment when it's due.
Tabi.
Not just yourself, of course.
Beni rahatsız
Did what I
etmedi.
had to do, and it didn't bother me.
You heard what the
Tabii ki.
thief said. I expect this sort of thing will happen again. But a sentinel can help you in the face of disloyalty. You need someone you can trust by your side.
Kardeşimiz var. Nanin bir şey.
Someone you can rely on, no matter the circumstance.
Who do you think I should choose?
Yani kimi?
There are 2 capable men for the role.
Ha,
They
tamam, bu
both
emniyi
want the
seçeceğiz, bu
job,
belli.
but neither thinks very highly of the other.
How do I decide between them?
Talk to them. Solicit the opinion of people close to you.
Tamam, olur.
Yeah.
Olur.
The bracer of the sentinel. The badge of office. Tonight is your first small council meeting. It would be wise to bestow this bracer upon your chosen sentinel then, to show that you are decisive and in control of this house.
Tamam, kısa kes bir konuşayım onlarla.
Your sentinel will wear this for all to see.
Thank you
Teşekkürler.
for your counsel, Maester.
It is my duty. Come speak with me when you're ready to convene the small council, my lord.
Helal be. Tamam, koy cebine onu. Cebine nasıl koyacaksan. Gidelim bir konuşalım. Tamam, ara sahneleri geç artık, konuşalım. Evet, yemek. Konuş.
Duncan,
Yes, my lord.
I have much to consider and face a difficult decision.
Perhaps I can help. Your father often sought my counsel.
Görevlerine geri dönmesine.
As Lord, I must name a sentinel.
Of course. And if I may ask, who do you favor for the role? Perhaps I can share my insight. And talking can sometimes help you make a decision.
Roy, Gerard'ı niye yolladın
What's
sen? Bir
the
anlat
last?
bakayım.
Why did you send Garrett away?
He,
I did it for
anlat.
your own protection, my lord. Garrett had to go. By sending him away myself, I thought it would keep you blameless in the eyes of the Whitehills.
Aferin, mantıklı karar.
I only hope to give you an advantage. and I
Yani
regret any
baltaladınız
action
ne?
you disapprove of.
That's a clever strategy.
I
Tabii,
do
10 yaşındayım,
hope
benden
that's a
iyi
good
bilecek
thing,
değilsin.
my lord.
Thank you, Duncan. I appreciate your advice.
I'm at your service, my lord.
Bu kadar mıydı? 4 tane seçenek vardı. Neyse. Ama diğerleriyle uğraşamayacağım. Bunu seçeceğim zaten büyük ihtimalle. Ya şu ekranı bir düzgün yapamamışlar. Bu ne kardeşim böyle ya?
Now,
Sen
when I
kimsin?
say parry, get that sword out.
Sen ne yapıyorsun?
Careful. Keep at it and you won't have much left. Something to pick your teeth with.
No, Ethan. Look at this. All good swords have a name. I call mine Two Brothers. I carved this to give me strength.
Vay.
And this, so I remember.
Vay.
I mean, I could never forget. But, oh, you know, don't you?
Ha,
And what
Asher
of your
nerede?
brother Asher? Where's his name?
There's
Nerede?
only two sides to the blade. Besides, he left, so...
Ayıp lan.
Yeah,
Kabzasına yazaydın.
someday I'll have a real one. But not like that one. Only a lord could have that sword.
You'll have a good sword. I'm sure of it.
Tabii tabii. Olur olur.
I watched you today. I saw what you did to that man.
Kime? Ha.
Was
Sence?
he our enemy?
Tabii
A
ki
bad
de.
man. Everyone keeps talking about them. Enemies.
Rules mean nothing if we don't enforce them. It doesn't matter if he's good or bad. You can't steal. That's a rule.
Tabii
But I
çalarsan
say he
hırsızsın.
was
Gidersin.
bad. Bad men killed Father and Roderick. They need someone to hurt them back. Even worse. I want a real sword. No one's afraid of wood. I'll find the men who took Roderick someday, and I'll make sure I have a real sword when I do.
Ya bir kes. Velet.
Swords up. You can lift them, yeah?
Bu ne lan? Kardeşim sen de demin dayının orada değil miydin? Bu ne? Hala kapısı. Neyini göz atacağız ya? Şükür gelebildik ya. Evet.
Sword up. Swing left. Parry. Wrong. I didn't know
Sir
dogs
Royland,
could hold
A
swords.
word.
Of course, my lord.
Evet ne diyeceğim?
I have
Evet.
many decisions to make, and I wanted your advice.
Hı. Nasıl
What's the state of our
savunmalarımız nasıl?
defences? Are these men ready for what's coming?
This lot, ready? No, but they will be. We post anyone who can hold a spear along the parapet, up where they won't get much scrutiny, and put our meanest, nastiest looking brutes front and centre. That'll show Ramsay we're a force in our own right. You've got to project power.
Mızrakla niye siper
especially when you're
edeceğiz ben
weak.
onu anlamadım.
Thank you,
Okçuları
Sir
koysak
Royland.
öyle.
I'll let you get back to training these men.
Thank you, my lord. And I'll be sure to watch out for more deserters. After today, I suspect there'll be more to come.
Evet, kaleme hoş geldiniz arkadaşlar. Bu videoluk bu kadar olsun. Bir sonraki videoda seçimimizi yaparız. Görüşmek üzere. Kanala abone olmayı, videoyu beğenmeyi, aşağıda yorum yapmayı unutmayın. Güle güle.